Okay, so the first example, for example 1, there is some important information that we need to look over. The first word is mean. If you think about what that word meant, it means average. Okay, so it means average. We add up all the numbers that we have and divide by how many there are. So it gave you some test scores over to the right. So it's 70, 77, 71, 72, 77, 85, and 99. If you add all those up and divide by 7, it gave you 78.7. So it already kind of showed you the average on this specific example. The next word it talked about was median, which is the middle number. The key to this, it needs to be lined up from least to greatest. Okay? So we want to start with our smallest number to our largest number, and they went ahead and did that in the example. Mode is the one that occurs the most. The mode is 77. It's the number that occurs the most often. You can have no mode and more than one mode. No mode and more than one. So it's not just specific to one. And then range is your greatest minus your least. So your G minus your L. Okay, so now that we kind of got through that, we're looking at example 1. So let's find the mean, median, mode, and range in each problem. A fast food restaurant collects the soft drink cans for recycling. The number of cans collected in 2 weeks are given below. So on the mean, they added up all of those cans, okay? So once you add it all up, go ahead and put that in your calculator. Take just a second. What y'all get for the mean when y'all added them up? 971. Okay, so you had a total of 971. There are 14 total numbers, correct? So 14 total numbers, so you're going to divide it by 14. So divide 971 by 14. And somebody give me, Lauren, what you get?
I got it. 969.
Okay, so 971 divided by 14. Can anybody tell me that? Raising your hand, Lauren.
I got 69 point a lot of numbers, but I rounded and I got 69.36.
Okay, so I'm going to put these numbers up here on the board. I'm going to put it right over here. So we're going to have a little mini rounding lesson. Because I even had one kid say, you don't look at the number before? No, babe. If we're going to round to the, this specific thing, we're rounding to the nearest 100th. So I want every answer rounded to the nearest 100th. This is your 100th spot right here. Okay, that's 5. So when we are rounding to that number, we look behind it. And your rule is 5 or more, you round up. 4 or less, you let it rest. Okay, so this is 5 or more, so we're going to round up. So we're going to leave it at 69.36. Okay, so our median number must be written. We have to write it from least to greatest. So I'm going to tell you some tricks of the trade here in just a minute, but let's write these numbers from least to greatest first. Okay, so my least number is 31, right?
Yeah.
What's my next?
43.
Okay, this is the time we're okay to talk. Okay, go next.
47.
Next one.
58. 63.
Okay.
68. 69. 72. 77.
Hold on. 72, 77.
84.
3 84s. And then what's 90 what?
94. 97.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I just went through and I just kind of wrote them on top, so I made sure I had the same amount of numbers. If you count them, you should have 14 because that's what we counted earlier. Okay, so the rule is for median. I'm sorry, we're on median. The rule is for median, if you have an even number of numbers, it's in between 2. If you have an odd amount of numbers, it's a specific one. So currently we have what? Even, okay? Because there's 14. So we can go through and mark them out. However, whatever floats your boat. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should go in between 69 and 72. It is the average of 69 and 72 is what the median is. Yes, or you know that there's 3 in between, so split that. That's 1.5. So add 1.5 to 69. So 70.5. Okay. So your median is 70.5. Now I'm going to show you a trick. Okay. we just did, if you have a median and we have even amount of numbers, that's what I just told you, right? It's in between, right? So it'd be 3.5 if you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if I have an odd amount of numbers, it's going to be one specific one. So you just need to remember that. Okay, is there even? Okay, so it's in between two. Make sure if it's odd, it's going to be one specific number. Okay. Our mode. Remember, you can have no mode. You can have more than one mode. Okay, or you can just have one. Like one or more, as long as they're the same numbers. So 84 occurs 3 times. So I'm going to go with the mode is 84. Do y'all agree? Okay. My range. Camden, can you please tell me my range? What's my largest number?
97.
And what's my smallest?
31.
What's the difference?
66.
Perfect. Okay, so my range is 66 here. So I have a mean, my median, my mode, and my range. Okay, so I want you to complete this. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes. And then we're going to talk about this one in just a second. Give me the mean for number 2. Okay, Landon.
69.
69. Everybody get that? Is it? You didn't get 69.1? You got 69 even?
I just got 69
okay,
even.
we're good. Okay, what's a median? Lynn. Y'all agree?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
You got what? Okay, so let's do the median. Let's do it real quick, just so we agree. So if we put the smallest number, it is 64, right? Did we stay with 64? And then 65, 66.
68, 69, 70, 71, 71, 71, 75.
Okay, so it should be right here between 6, so it should be 69.5, in between 69 and 70. Okay, the mode is 71, and then the range is going to be 11. Okay?
Wait, so in the median you can just find the difference between the two?
Yeah, you just find the difference between the two. So I just say if it's between two numbers, it's half.
And so you find the difference between the two and then divide that difference by 2?
No. Okay, so the option is I add up 69 and 70 and I get 139 and I divide that by 2. Okay? Or I just know halfway between 69 and 70 is 69.5. Correct? I just split the difference. Okay?
You're like, yeah.
Okay, so just some number logic. I mean, if you're comfortable with adding them up and dividing by 2, do that because that's what you're comfortable with. Okay. So I want you to go ahead and work on 3 and 4 and finish 3 and 4 for me. Okay.